So in continuation of our discussion of trustees in general, so how you become a trustee, how you can be removed, this video is going to be talking about the replacement of trustees. So if you have a current trustee and want to get rid of them, this is how it can be done. And this is going to be a very short video because there isn't that much to say about it. So firstly, you can replace trustees through the trust instrument, okay? The trust instrument may contain provisions for the appointment of new trustees to replace those who have died or retired. So the trust instrument may tell you of certain situations of when a trustee can be replaced, and usually this is where they have died or they have retired. The second scenario where we can replace a trustee is by the trustees themselves, and by Section 36 of the Trustee Act 1925, the trustees have a statutory power, unless specifically excluded, to replace trustees who have died, retired, disclaimed the trust or refused to act, or are incapable of acting, or unfit to act, or who have been out of the UK for 12 months. Okay, so under the Trustees Act, trustees can replace other trustees who have done all these things. Like they've either died, they've retired, they're incapable of acting, refused to act, they're out of the UK for 12 months, etc. Okay, incapacity to act can include unavailability as well. So for example, if you go to jail, you are incapacitated. So if a trustee goes to jail for something completely unrelated to the trust, they are incapacitated. If the trustee leaves the country for 12 months, the court will also determine that they are incapacitated. Now, there is a distinction to be made between unfitness to act and also being incapable of acting, okay? The concept of unfitness refers to whether or not the person in question has the legal power to act as a trustee, whereas the concept of incapacity in this context refers more generally to being physically or mentally unstable to carry out the duties of trusteeship. Therefore, a person in a coma would be incapable of acting as a trustee, whereas a person who had become bankrupt would be unfit to act as a trustee. The power may be exercised if there is no person specified in the trust instrument with the power, or that person is not able to exercise the power, by the remaining trustees or by the personal representative of the last surviving trustee. So trustees hold as joint tenants, and if one of several trustees dies, the survivors are the trustees, and they and their successors retain the same powers and duties as the original trustees, and that's seen in the Trustees Act 1925, Section 18. On the death of a sole trustee, his personal representatives become trustees. Now, if he dies intestate, the trust estate will vest pending the grant of administration in the public trustee. Okay, and that's in the Miscellaneous Provisions Act from 1994, Section 14. So this means that in the ordinary course of events, the trustees are able to maintain continuity by appointing new trustees as they retire or give up being trustees. So this statutory power given to trustees is to maintain continuity and ensure that the trust continues without there being any problems. Now, the final way in which we can replace a trustee is by the beneficiary. So, under the Trust of Land and Appointment of Trustees Acts, so that's the TLATA 1996, Section 19, if there is no power under the trust instrument to appoint trustees, the beneficiaries, if sui juris and acting together, may direct the trustees in writing to retire or to appoint a specified person as a trustee. So beneficiaries can also replace trustees under TLATA Sections 19, so long as there is no power under the trust instrument to appoint trustees, they are sui juris and all the beneficiaries agree and act together. So the beneficiaries have this power, but if the trust instrument says otherwise, then that will win because that was what the settler's intention was. Okay. Now you'll see this, throughout my videos, namely that what is contained in the trust instrument will almost always take priority over anything else. And this is an example of where that is true as well. Okay, so that is the end of this video about the replacement of trustees. As I said, a very short video. And in the next video, we're going to have a slightly longer video on the removal of trustees, okay, which does differ from the replacement of trustees in these rules. But if you have any questions about this video, then please leave a comment below and I'll get straight back to you. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.